Two of the cities I'm covering today are going to cost you significantly more money than the others. And believe it or not, most people choose them. One city on this list has a smell problem. I'm going to tell you exactly which one that is, and then I'm going to make a case for why you should consider it anyways. And one city, a small one that most people drive right past without thinking twice, might actually be the best city for you in Northern Colorado right now. So today, I'm covering 6 Northern Colorado cities. Hey, what's going on? I'm Brian McKinnon with Move Me to Colorado at Real. I'm a local Northern Colorado real estate agent, and my team and I specialize in helping people just like yourself from all across the country relocate right here to Northern Colorado. And one thing we do is help you find the right city before you ever start looking at houses, because in my experience, that's actually the harder decision and the more important one. We're covering Fort Collins, Loveland, Longmont, Windsor, Greeley, and a wild card called Johnstown that I think is actually going to surprise you. So by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly which city fits you best, so let's get into it. And let's start with Fort Collins, because this is where almost everybody starts, and there is a very good reason for that. Fort Collins is the kind of city that makes people go quiet, and I'm not being dramatic. I have had clients who have lived in major cities walk through Old Town Fort Collins for the very first time, and they just stop talking. Like they cannot process that a place like this actually exists outside of a movie set. And here's what Old Town actually is for those of you who have not been there yet. It's truly walkable, it's truly charming, and you feel the pulse of the city as you are in it. Locally owned restaurants, amazing craft breweries, and let me tell you, Fort Collins is not playing around with the craft beer thing. This city has been called one of the craft beer capitals of the country, and it has completely earned that title. Boutique shops, live music, and this energy that makes you want to stay longer than you planned every single time. It's like the city was specifically designed to make you miss your dinner reservation. But let's go ahead and zoom out. Fort Collins sits right at the base of the foothills. It's just more than an hour drive north of Denver. Horsetooth Reservoir is in the city's backyard. Hiking, boating, paddleboarding, fishing, all of it. Colorado State University is here, which gives the city this intellectual, young, contagious energy that you feel when you're walking around. Schools are excellent. Healthcare is strong. The job market is one of the most diverse in Northern Colorado along the entire Front Range. If you're coming here from out of state, Fort Collins tends to check every single box. Walkability, culture, outdoor access, great schools, mountain views that will make your friends back home question every decision that they've ever made. Here's the honest part. Fort Collins is the most expensive city that we're covering today. Median home prices are sitting in the mid to upper $500,000 range, and anything near Old Town or with serious mountain views pushes the price well past that. If you're coming from a high cost of living city, it might actually still feel like you're getting a lot of value, but if you're coming from somewhere that is more affordable, it might feel like a stretch. But here's what I'll tell you. In over a decade of doing this, I have never had a single client who chose Fort Collins call me back and say they regretted it. Not one. Now, before I move on, have you been to Old Town Fort Collins? Go ahead and drop a comment below. Try to describe it in one word if you can, because in my own opinion, Old Town is just not a fair fight. 15 minutes south of Fort Collins, you're gonna hit Loveland. And this is the city that I find myself educating the most about in conversations with clients because it's underestimated and I can't figure out why. Here's something you may not know about Loveland. It's called the sculpture capital of America. There are sculptures throughout the city. There's a thriving arts district, galleries, studios, and sculpture trails. Somehow people drive right past it on their way to Fort Collins. Loveland does offer a ton. A downtown that has real character that's still growing. A community with a proud sense of identity and direct access to the Big Thompson Canyon, which takes you straight up into Rocky Mountain National Park. If getting into the mountains quickly matters to you, Loveland puts you right there faster than almost anywhere else on this list. Boyd Lake State Park is right inside the city. Boating, fishing, paddleboarding, camping, a full outdoor lifestyle without ever leaving town. And the views of the mountains from Loveland are honestly some of the best that you are going to find. Median home prices are generally in the mid $400,000 to low $500,000 range, more affordable than Fort Collins, while still giving you a lifestyle without stretching your budget as much. The honest trade-off: the dining scene is not Fort Collins. Now here's one that surprises people the most, and I think it's because Longmont does not have the same popularity as Fort Collins. But if you're doing your research, Longmont really does deserve to be on your short list. If you are the Denver escapee, and I mean the person who is truly done with Denver, not just thinking about it, but done, Longmont is about 35 minutes from the city. You wake up in Longmont and the air is different. The pace is different. The parking situation is, and I cannot stress this enough, dramatically different. Main Street Longmont has been revitalized over the last decade. Local restaurants, breweries, a farmer's market that this community is truly passionate about. Now, median home prices are generally in the mid $400,000 range, which means that your dollar stretches further here. The honest trade-off is that Longmont is a little further east from the foothills. Okay, Windsor. This is one city I love talking about because when I describe it, I can watch something click in real time. Windsor is basically what happens when someone said, what if a suburb actually tried? It's a smaller town, about 40,000 people, sitting right between Fort Collins and Greeley. If you want new construction, and I mean really want it, Windsor is delivering that better than almost anywhere else in northern Colorado right now. Windsor Lake is really the outdoor anchor of this community. The honest trade-off is that Windsor is still building out its dining, downtown, and neighborhood scene. Actually, how many of you watching right now are specifically looking for new construction? Drop new in the comments below. All right, Greeley. Let's have this real conversation because this city deserves honesty and it deserves your serious consideration. Median home prices in Greeley are running in the low to mid $400,000 range. If you are coming from Denver or from out of state, that number feels almost fictional. Greeley stops people cold because of its prices. They're low. Now, here's the part I promise to be straight with you about. Greeley does sit in an agricultural area. There are feedlot and manufacturing operations nearby. And depending on the wind direction, you will know that. I'm not going to dress it up, but here's my honest take. If you dismiss Greeley entirely because of that one trade-off, you could be making a decision based on a bad day. And sometimes that can cost you nearly $150,000 in money or in equity over the next 5 years. And then there's Johnstown, the wild card on this list. Johnstown sits almost perfectly in the center of the Northern Colorado corridor. I-25 runs right through it, so you get easy access north, easy access south. And what's happening in Johnstown right now is what I would call a quiet boom. Buc-ee's is here, Scheels is here. New construction is booming. Price points are generally in the mid to upper $400,000 range. Johnstown right now reminds me a lot of cities that people wish they had bought into 5 years earlier. So here's the truth that nobody tells you when you start researching northern Colorado cities. You are not just choosing a city, you are choosing your lifestyle. And those are two completely different decisions. Fort Collins in October is not a fair representation of reality. That's basically a tourism commercial. But living somewhere means Tuesdays in February too. It means your commute on a random Wednesday morning. That's the city that you are actually choosing, not the one Saturday in October version. If you're past the research phase and you're ready to have a real conversation about what your move actually looks like, what cities and what neighborhoods make sense for your life, what the market is doing right now, what you can realistically get for your budget, the link to book a call is directly below this video in the pinned comment. And I do put out content like this every single week, all about what it's actually like to live in northern Colorado. So if you want more information, watch this video next. I'll see you on the next one.